Scream Night, Chapter 7. After the children elation, the next day, Mrs. Gross asked me, "Have you written the letter?" "Yes, I have written it." I did not tell her that it was still in my pocket. I had to send it. I knew that now. Later, I put it on the table by the front door. One of the servants will find it and take it to town, I thought. In the afternoon, Miles came to me. "Shall I play some music for you?" he asked. He knew that he was winning and that he was free now. He did not need to fight me. He could be friendly. The music was strange and beautiful. I was almost asleep. When it finished, I jumped up. "Where's the Flora?" I asked. "How do I know?" Miles replied. He laughed and started to play again. I looked in my room, but Flora was not there. I went to Mrs. Gross. Mrs. Gross did not know where she was. "Perhaps she's in one of the empty rooms," she said. "I thought that she was with you." Usually I stayed with Flora all the time. "No, she's outside, somewhere quite far away," I answered. Mrs. Gross looked surprised. "Without a hat?" she asked. "That woman that doesn't wear hat," I said. "She's with her. We must find them." Mrs. Gross did not move. "And where is Miles?" "Oh, he's with the quint in the classroom. He stayed with me so that Flora could get away. He's free now. He can do what he likes." We stood by the front door. The afternoon was grey and the grass was wet. "You aren't wearing your outdoor clothes," Mrs. Gross said. "It doesn't matter. Flora hasn't got outdoor clothes on either," I replied. "I can't wait to dress. If you want to dress, you must stay behind. Look for Flora upstairs and see him," was her frightened reply. She came outside with me at once. We walked quickly to the lake. I was sure that Flora was there. She wanted to go back there alone, I explained to Mrs. Gross. "She and Smiles planned this, and I am sure that Miss Jessel is by the lake now." We arrived at the lake, but we could not see Flora. "She's taken the boat," I said, "and hide it on the other side. We must walk around to find her." "How could she do all that? She's only a little girl." "No, sometimes she's an old woman," I said, "and there's someone with her. You will see." 10 minutes later, we arrived at the other side of the lake and found the boat there. But where was Flora? We went on into the next field. "There she is," We both said at the same time. Flora stood on the grass and smiled. She did not move or speak. She smiled and smiled in a grateful, silent way. Mrs. Rose threw her arm around the child. Flora stared in surprise at my head without its hat and said, "Where are your outdoor things? Where are yours?" I asked her, "And where's the mile?" She asked, "If you will tell me, I will tell you. There must be no secret now." "Tell you what? Tell me, my dear, where's the mile, Jessel?" Mrs. Groves gave a smile, a scream. In the same second, and a scream too. I shook Mrs. Grove's arm and said, "She's there, she's there." Miss Jessel stood on the other side of the lake. In a way, I was glad. It's all true. Then I thought Mrs. Groves will be able to see everything too. I pointed across the lake. Mrs. Groves looked, but Flora did not. She watched my face calmly and seriously. "She's there, your poor unhappy child. You can see her very well." But Mrs. Groves was angry. "What terrible things you say! Where can you see someone? There's nobody there." She could not see anything, and now I was losing everything. That wicked governess was winning. "She's not there," Mrs. Groves continued. "Talk to Flora now. You can't see anyone? That poor lady, poor Miss Jessel, that we know that, don't we? It's all mistake, and we are going home now. Quickly." Flora was holding on to Mrs. Grove's face. Her face was suddenly ugly. "I can't see anybody. I never see anything. I don't like you." She turned towards Mrs. Groves. "Take me away from her." "From me?" I asked. "From you. From you." I stared at the ghost, which was still there. Then I shook my head and said sadly to Flora, "I have lost you. I am sorry. She's gone. I tried to help you. Goodbye." And to Mrs. Groves I said, Go at once." I don't remember anything after that. I was on the ground, crying for a very long time. It was nearly evening when I got up. I went back to the house and up to my room. Flora things were not there now. Later Miles came and sat silently with me. He was not unfriendly. I was very cold, but felt warm when he was there.